Macedonian to the 50, and this is 10 random gaming questions originally by Kitt171, so let's get on with it. So, number 1, what 2 games would you like to see a crossover of? Now this one was actually one of the hardest ones of the 10 to actually think of, but then I thought of it and it's going to be Shin Megami Tensei crossed over with Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, both these series have quite a lot in common. I know you might not know what Shin Megami Tensei is, but it's basically an RPG series that started off on the I think the Famicom, and it essentially was set in like a post-apocalyptic like Tokyo that got run by demons. It had a very like cyberpunk like Blade Runner like look to it as well, you know, that kind of thing. All the demons look like classical like mythological creatures, and you could essentially talk to the creatures in the game and give them money and stuff, and then they join you, and that's how your party members existed. You didn't have any actual people hanging around with you. So yeah, it's in other ways, it's kind of like a predecessor to Pokemon, but how the game played was entirely different than Pokemon. The game has a much more like serious tone, and yeah, a lot of people call it the adult version of Pokemon. Even though I actually came before Pokemon. So why cross it over with Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, Yu-Gi-Oh has some similar settings to it. Yeah, there's no post-apocalyptic things in Yu-Gi-Oh, but all the creatures in Yu-Gi-Oh like live in their own universe. That was mentioned in the TV show, and the game's called Dual World, I think. So every single creature that appears on a Yu-Gi-Oh card is actually a living creature that lives in an actual universe. And both have very similar designs for some of the monsters, so it actually fit together. Of course, this is unlikely to ever happen in any way, and if it did happen, I'd wish it could actually be actually an RPG, not a card game. Though the reason why it never happened is because Konami don't really like making Yu-Gi-Oh spin-offs that are about the card game anymore. They used to. I mean, the last one they did like that was, well, technically that involved next to no card at all, was 5D's Wheelie Breakers on the Wii, which was a racing game on motorbikes, and it was, well, kind of crap. I won't bother with it, to be honest. It's a really unbalanced game as well. But yeah, you know, it's Konami, so that's not going to happen, is it? You know they're just not going to do something like that, because that makes sense. Right, so oh yeah, if you don't know anything else about Shin Megami Tensei, one of the other spin-offs is called Persona, which seems to be more known these days than the actual series it's based off, even though that's slightly different. But they're based in the same universe as each other. Well, whatever. Right, so number 2. What series or game did you try to get in that couldn't? Simple, this one. Metal Gear Solid. I mean, I tried nearly all of them and just got bored to tears in about 102 hours on each of them. It's just too much cutscenes. I just don't find them entertaining or fun to play whatsoever. Don't know, I just don't get the appeal of them myself. That's just me. It's pretty much the same with Grand Theft Auto. I could never get into Grand Theft Auto. So I actually beat Saints Row 3, so I don't know, it must be something about that series that just don't click with me. Well, that was a simple one. So, number 3, which do you prefer? Local, co-op or online? Now, I've nothing against online. Though, here's the thing, most of the games I like, yeah, most people don't want to play online. I'm not interested. They're very limited like online time on them, so yeah. So most of the times I don't get to play much of the games I actually like online because no one else wants to play them. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like online, and it frustrates me so much when you get a really good game and they don't put a way to play it offline. On offline multiplayer in the game, even though some of the games are very simple. It's like twin stick shooters. Some of them don't have offline multiplayer, even though they can easily handle it. It just feels really lazy in the companies that do this kind of thing, and even big companies do this now. So it's really kind of sad. in my reason, it's the reason why racing games are kind of pointless now, because what's the fun in a racing game if there's no split screen and you can't play it with people with you? To me, that's the point of a racing game. Being online is just not the same. Yeah, I may guess that, and there's also other problems with online. Prime example, servers get shut down for online, then no one can play it. Now, if it's got local split screen, even if the server's shut down, you can get a few people with you, you can still play it. But good luck doing that with games like Destiny and stuff like Titanfall, because if the server's shut down for them, you're screwed, basically. Oh yeah, I definitely prefer local. Right, so question 4. What defunct developer do you wish was still around? This one's an easy one. Data East, or Data East. I mean, way back in the 90s, they made tons of great games. I mean, what did we get? Robocop 2, Tumble Pop, Diet Go-Go, Joe Mac Turns, Joe and Mac. And then really oddball ones that are actually really good that actually did the Tubers High Score Challenge, and people liked like Nitro Ball, which if you never saw the video is like this bizarre cross between Smash TV, Capcom's Commando and a pinball game all in one. It's never been done pretty much since either. And Boogie Wings, that's another great game by them. Lots of craziness going on there. You can jump in tons of vehicles and there's lots of explosions and very different than most other games like it. Another game. Then there's other things that I like about the company, which is another games like they have the weirdest mascots in the world. I mean, what was their mascot? The mascot was a guy called Karnov, a giant fat Russian who breathes fire. He appears in a lot of their games. Bizarrely enough, 99% of the time as a bad guy. Which is kind of odd for your mascot, and your mascot's technically a bad guy all the time in the game. It's pretty weird, isn't it? But yeah, that's just how it happens with that game. Another great. And Captain America Avengers, that game was kind of fun as well. The dialogue in that game is absolutely hilarious. If you're playing the arcade or Mega Drive version, not Super Nintendo version that ruined it by translating it properly and just... I'd still say that's the best Avengers game ever made. When I think the Avengers, I always think Captain America, the Avengers, as it sounds like in the actual game. With that amazing comeback Ultranizing game. Where's the laser? Ask the police. Even though you're on a space station, I mean, then you go to a fire. I mean, that's one of the best lines of the game ever. I don't think you can ever top that. For me, anyway. That was really random, but yeah, and kind of a runner-up because it's sort of cheating, I suppose, in a way. Konami pre like 7th gen, so basically pre 360 PS3, because back then they were still making good games, and when you bought a Konami game years ago, you knew you was getting a quality game. They never made very few stinkers back then. Now it's just, well, they're just completely a joke of a company, aren't they? Really depressing. But anyway, right, so number 5. Oops, pardon me. Favourite handheld overall? Well, I played the PSP a lot, and there's lots of games I like on the PSP, but sometimes the games have loading times that makes it slightly a bit annoying. Sometimes to play certain games. I mean, most games loading times aren't too bad, but yeah. But 3DS is great too. I've played a lot of games on that. There's tons of amazing games on that. It almost feels like me with the 3DS. Nintendo put all the best games on the 3DS and kind of just like made all the games on the Wii U as an afterthought in a way. Most of them Nintendo's quality games are all 3DS titles, and they seem to put more effort into making games for that than they do the Wii U, which is slightly odd, I suppose. But yeah, but the real one I'm going to pick is the original DS. Well, technically the DS Lite model, but I know they're all the same. Yeah, tons of amazing games on that system. I'm sure everyone knows that. I mean, there are loads of really crappy games too. But the amount of crap, there were more good than there was crap for me. So yeah, amazing system. The fact that also I can technically play my DS games in the 3DS also makes kind of the DS not picking the 3DS kind of a bit pointless, because I could just play them all on that anyway. And yeah, I have played DS games on the 3DS before. So, yep. So, answer is DS. Right. What game did you take a random chance and end up really liking? This is a game I've actually got on the Vita called Kitt171. I don't know what that means, but yeah, there's not much of a story to this game. You just run round and you just punch the living crap out of a bunch of giant monsters. And that's basically the entire game. You just have a party of characters running around and you just fight these giant monsters that take like 10 minutes plus a piece of just beating up. They all have life bars, so you actually have a clue what you're doing. And the reason why I didn't think I'd like this game is Monster Hunter on the PSP, or Monster Hunter Freedom, I think. And yeah, this game is a clone of that, but this game to me is a lot more fun than that, because Monster Hunter doesn't really tell you much. It's like there's no like real markings when you're damaging an enemy or anything in that game. I just don't find it that fun. I just think Toakiden was, however you pronounce it, was just a better game. I actually did a review of it on the channel. I'll put a link for another video response. I'll put a link to a review that had some slightly wonky gameplay footage of it, because it's kind of hard to film a Vita screen when you're playing it. I'm sorry, I can't really help that, but it's just how it is. But yeah, you can also get the game on PS4 as well, and you can play it against both systems. So like that, and the demo lets you play, I think, first 2 chapters for free on both systems, and it carries over for the real game. So if you want to try it, well, there's a demo of it. Right, so if you have to right, number 7, if you have to go into combat with a game character, who would it be and why? This is gonna be a strange one, isn't it? I'm gonna say whoever the dude he plays in Shin Megami Tensei is. I mean, he doesn't have a name as such in most of the games. You just name him, but reason why? A guy could summon gods from all over the world, like gods of death and destruction and all sorts of things, like parties and wine and beer and a bunch of other random nonsense. Seems like a very good guy to have helping you fight with. Yeah, you could just summon I don't know, Thor or Loki, just completely wreck stuff. Yeah, you can actually do that in the games. Yeah, so that guy. Oh, runner-up Bay, Serious Sam Stone from Serious Sam series. I mean, he don't even need to wear armor. That guy is so hard. He just wears jeans and a shirt, and arm to teeth with guns. I mean, he's winning a fight. He's definitely winning a fight against most first-person shooter characters instantly, despite how many weapons he's got. That is at least he's actually kind of funny. Unlike most of these characters in those kind of games are just boring and lifeless, like Master Chief, and humorless. Well, anyway, so right, number 8. What game have you most regretted trading away with a friend? Now here's the thing, I don't really trade games away. Though my middle brother used to, occasionally. And the one he used to trade away, I think he traded away, was Parappa the Rapper 2. Now, it wasn't my favourite game, I liked the game. I still think Unjamalami is the best game in that series. That technically had more levels and content than Parappa 2 did. Despite the fact Parappa 2 was a PS2 game and Lammy was a PS1 game, but whatever. Yeah. The thing that gets funny is, I think we traded it away and I went to a local shop one day, and guess what I had on the shelf? Parappa the Rapper 2. And I'm pretty 100% sure it's the exact same copy my brother had, because it had a little sticker label on the spine of it, a little green, I don't know if it's green or red, on the spine of it. And then he wrote this when he bought it brand new in game. I don't know why it was there, but no other games had it on, but it was still on there. So yeah, I think I might have actually re-bought my brother's copy of the same game. So yeah, at least it happy ending. And another one that I definitely I regret my brother selling was Skull Monkeys on the PS1. It literally must have took me about 8 or 9 years in a shop to find another copy of that game. If you don't know what Skull Monkeys is, it was a game made by the person who created Earthworm Jim, and it was a stop motion game, all done in like claymation, 2D platformer. Actually sequel to a PC game called Neverhood. It's a very interesting looking game, but it's pretty hard. Yeah. So alright, so number 9, favourite gaming marketing slogans. Right, so I think I'm just gonna go for one of the ones most people know. To be this good takes ages, to be this good takes Sega. You might have heard that one before, but if you haven't, well there it is. I think there's also one in the UK magazine, it's called Do Me a Favour and Plug Me Into a Sega, which had a picture of a TV set on saying it. I had shades on for, I don't know, for some random stupid reason. I don't know what that were about, but right. And the last one, recommend a great game. Now this one's going to be nice and simple. The Earth Defense Force series. Now, what I mean by the Earth Defense Force series is not the Super Nintendo game called Earth Defense Force, because that's nothing to do with the game I'm talking about. It's a totally different game. Now, this the defense I'm talking about, EDF, essentially is, well, to put it simply, it's like it's just a third-person shooter, but it's more like a third-person shooter version of a game like Smash TV or Robotron 2084, because you're essentially just stuck in a giant square screen, massive area, with loads of like skyscrapers and buildings and houses and all that. Basically a bunch of giant insects and massive robots come and attack you, and I mean massive ones. I mean, everything in this game is like twice as big as you, and when you get, I mean, you can run around all like crazy, and everything's completely destructible pretty much. You could just run around with a bazooka and just level every single building down. If there's an enemy on a building, you can just level the building down, just fire rockets at it, and it just collapses into pieces. And yeah, they're very long games, I must say that. I mean, most of them have like 50 plus levels. He's running around just blasting everything, and you get to do crazy things like fight UFOs like the size of the ones like in the movie Independence Day. Yes, you get to be a person on foot and get to fight things like that in this game series. Yep, it's completely nuts. You get to fight Godzilla-sized monsters. Yeah, you're sitting there as like Godzilla monsters running around the city, just smashing every building up. You're just firing rockets at it and all that. Crazy game series. I would say though, if you are going to get one, there's one game to kind of avoid in the series if you can, and that's Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon. That's the worst one in the series because it had different developers working on it, and the American developers didn't really understand what the game was about. They kind of made a really stupid like rank up system for it that just, frankly, didn't make that much sense. So if you're going to get one of the other ones in the series. I think they're re-releasing 2 actually on the Vita soon, which in my opinion, content-wise, is one of the best ones. But unfortunately, if you're American, you can't. You know, like you only play it on the Vita because it never released in America. Though these ones on the 360 and PS3 and coming soon, I think the last one's getting a PS4 update. If you've got one of them, go get one of them. So yeah, Earth Defense Force. Not much of a plot to these games, it's just a bunch of people with jetpacks and rocket launchers and tanks just blowing up giant insects massive insects. It's a great, crazy game. Very difficult to get achievements on though, so it's not a game you'd play for achievements, you'd be there thousands of hours. I mean, they're taking a long time to get everything on. But yeah, and all of them have local multiplayer as well, so and some of them online, so yep, you can play with people in a room and just cause chaos as well with split screen. But yep, and that was my replies. So thank you for watching and listening.